William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. You can't study theater without hearing the name William Shakespeare. He is considered by many to be the greatest dramatist of all time. As hinted at in the lines above from his play As You Like It, his plays portray the many stages of man throughout life. Although he lived almost 400 years ago, his plays are still read and produced throughout the world today, more so than the plays of any other playwright. Like many, you may at first be fearful of studying Shakespeare's work. The difficult language, poetic and figurative dialogues, and allusions to the time in which he lived will be difficult to understand. But putting some time and effort into appreciating Shakespeare's plays can pay off. He had a keen awareness of human nature, and it is this awareness that makes his plays relevant and enjoyable today. The best way to experience Shakespeare is not just through the reading of his plays, but through the seeing of them. This is when his characters truly come to life. Shakespeare, one of 8 children, was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, a town about 70 miles northwest of London, England. His parents, John and Mary Shakespeare, were prominent citizens in Stratford, and they were able to provide their son with a good education. Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway in 1582, and the marriage produced 3 children. It is thought that Shakespeare left Stratford and his family in about 1587 to go to London. He probably got his start in the theater by becoming a hireling for an acting company, and then working his way up to actor. He was a member of a very successful theater company, the Lord Chamberlain's Men, and became an expert in all areas of theater. Eventually, he even became a shareholder in the company, and helped finance the building of the most famous of all Elizabethan theaters, the Globe Theater. It was in the Globe that most of his best-known plays were first produced. Scholars have raised questions about whether or not Shakespeare really wrote all the plays attributed to him. Did he put his name on someone else's plays? Just revise someone else's work? Or is he the actual author? Most Shakespearean experts agree that he borrowed stories from many other sources, but that he reworked them until they became distinctly his own. He adapted and elaborated on stories from English and Roman history and from Italian literature to create his beautiful and original plays. Shakespeare returned to Stratford from time to time, especially when the theaters were shut down to prevent spreading the plague. After the Globe Theatre burned to the ground in 1613, Shakespeare retired permanently to Stratford-upon-Avon. He died in Stratford in 1616 at the age of 52, having written 38 plays and 154 sonnets. His plays represent a wide range of styles and types, such as tragedy, comedy, history, and fantasy. Some of the more familiar plays are Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Julius Caesar. To this day, actors from all over the world consider it a credit to their careers to have performed Shakespeare.